Hello and welcome to Doubles and Trebles. We're looking forward to a cracking card at Newmarket this Saturday where the Group 1 Dewhurst takes centre stage. We might be in October now, but Newmarket actually watered earlier this week as the dry weather continues. They put 5-0 on Wednesday/Thursday. It's officially good ground, which is all good for betting with us. But first, 12-point stake last Sunday on Arc Day, 11.6 points returned. Not great, and the Arc itself went particularly badly for me on the prediction front. But on we go, we can't win them all. We'll try and win some this weekend. We'll start with the Dewhurst then at 3 o'clock at Newmarket on Saturday. Usually the best juvenile race in the European calendar. Could well be the case again this year. Nostrum is the headline act and looks the one to beat to me, to be fair. And there's little doubt about that. He was really impressive in the Group 3 Tattersaw Stakes a couple of weeks ago at Newmarket. That was over the same course and distance. Beat a pretty decent field there. We're going to come on to a runner that was in behind him that day in a separate race that I really do fancy. But yeah, Nostrum is 6-4 to win the Dewhurst. He's a really exciting prospect, has been since debut at Sandown, then went to Newmarket for that Group 3 a couple of weeks ago, now steps up to the Group 1. Will I be backing him at the price? No. Just a quick run through the field. 7-2 Naval Power is the sole Godolphin representative. He's unbeaten in 4, has won back-to-back listed races, but we didn't learn a lot, particularly from the last one. He was 1-3 at Haydock, won as easy as you like. We didn't learn a lot in terms of opposition with Naval Power, and we don't really know how good he is. Similar comments could apply to all of them in this race, to be honest, given that they are juveniles mostly on the up. 4-1 Chaldine, I can't get the name right. Chaldine has won 3 on the bounce. He got beat on his first start. He's won 3 on the bounce. He's improved with every start. He sets the standard in terms of official ratings, to be fair, Chaldine. But we know they're only a guide when it comes to 2-year-olds, to be fair. Frankie Dettori rides. Juddmonte. Nostrum's a Juddmonte horse as well. Nice to see them running against each other. Interesting runner, Chaldine. Aesop's Fables is 13-2 for Aidan O'Brien. Ryan Moore doing the steering. Wasn't very good at all on his last start in the Group 1 National Stakes at the Curragh, but that was on soft ground. I was there that day. It was very much, there was a lot of rain falling from the skies. He looked good before that, but how good's the form? Beat Hans Anderson, another O'Brien horse on his start before the Curragh. He also didn't run well at the Curragh in the same race. Question marks over Aesop's Fables, but obviously you can't write that team off. 12-1 Isaac Shelby. Could be the forgotten horse, to be honest. He won the Superlative Stakes at the July meeting on his last start. But I think the form of that is poor, to be honest, as time's gone on, and he's not been seen in 3 months. Could be the forgotten horse, though, Isaac Shelby. There's 2 outsiders at 25-1, and I'm interested in both of them. Marbaan was another who failed on bad ground at the Curragh in that race with Aesop's Fables, but he did look really quite good at Goodwood before that, Marbaan. Charlie Fellow's on record saying this is the best horse he's ever trained, or could be the best horse he's ever trained, and he looked like that at Goodwood. Winning from the back that day. That was a Group 2 or Group 3, I think. A return to good ground is sure to be in the favour of Marbaan. He was last at the Curragh, don't get me wrong, he was last and it didn't look good, but a return to good ground, hopefully we'll see better from him. And 25-1 Royal Scotsman was going well earlier in the season, winning a couple, close in another couple, close at Royal Ascot. He come unstuck at York last time, but that happens. I'm happy to put line through York form, as I always say on this channel. He's had a nice break since York, and he looks a big price at 25-1 Royal Scotsman. I think away from Nostrum, I do think that there is the others are quite well matched in behind, to be fair, and at 25-1, I do like those too. A couple of suppliers, even though there are only 7 runners in the Dewhurst, are betting 3 places, so that's attractive. So I'm going to back the 2 outsiders each way at 25-1 apiece. Marbaan and Royal Scotsman, 1 point each way on both of them, and hope that they can get in the places and upset the odds somewhat. I do think they're too big at 25-1. Just again, Marbaan looked really nice at Glorious Goodwood. Royal Scotsman also was really quite impressive at the same meeting in a different race. I've had my eye on Royal Scotsman since York. If I had to go with one or the other, it would be Royal Scotsman, but I am going to back both, and they will be in the description below. Away from the Dewhurst, the Group 3 Autumn Stakes 225, similar for juveniles over a mile. There's an argument to be made, really, that they shouldn't be having these 2 races on the same day. I know this is a Group 3, but some of these horses could run in the Group 1 Dewhurst, to be honest. 7 furlongs versus a mile, 2-year-old colts. very similar races to be ran on the same day. Anyway, Caribus won this race last year, often throws up a good horse. Godolphin have the favourite again this year in Silver Knot, but I'm not convinced by him just yet. He could be good, but 9-4, I'm happy to leave him alone, Silver Knot, to be fair. Epicetus was really impressive on his only start to date for the Gosdens. That was back in July, though, and he's not been seen since. I do like him, and I do like that they're chucking him in at Group 3 level. The Gosdens often play it safe with their juveniles, and they could have looked for a novice race, and got another win under his belt by the end of the season. But the season's ticking on now. We're in October. He's got a 92-day absence, and they put him in this Group 3 on just his second start. He's actually the only horse I've backed for next year's Guineas, believe it or not, at 33-1. That's how impressed I was with him on debut. Unfortunately, we've not seen him since. I hope he goes well here, obviously, for my bet in mind. But I'm not backing Epicetus. There's an obvious bet in this race for me in the Autumn Stakes, 225 Newmarket Saturday, and it's Holloway Boy. He's 3-1. He ran second behind Nostrum last time out. That was in a bit of a funny four-runner race, to be fair. That was off a 58-day break, and the trainer Carl Burke is on record saying he'll step forward to that. And the way he ran that day against Nostrum, I believe him. He travelled pretty well. And could well have been beaten only a length and a quarter by the best 2-year-old in Europe. We're going to find out how good Nostrum is about half an hour after this race. But 3-1 Holloway Boy is the bet without a doubt, in my opinion. I do fear Epicetus, but we don't know how fit or how good he is. Holloway Boy has been there and proven it quite well, to be fair. He won at Royal Ascot on debut. He ran well at Goodwood thereafter. He's ran well behind Nostrum as well. And he's a bigger price than Epicetus and Silver Knot for that matter. So yeah, 3-1 Holloway Boy is borderline bet of the day really for me. The biggest betting race of the day is the Cesarewitch handicap at 340, 22 runners, and there's a maximum field of 30 odd there. So 22 is again alarming as a big handicap race, not getting a full field, similar to the Cambridgeshire a few weeks ago. Anyway, 340 Cesarewitch. 22 runners over 2 miles and 2 furlongs. The only race, bit of trivia here for you, the only race in the UK calendar that starts and finishes in 2 different counties, believe it or not. It's a long way for 2 mile, 2 furlongs at Newmarket. Remember, it's not a round course, so you're running from one point to another. There's no round circuit at Newmarket. That is for sure. The top of the market reads like a Cheltenham Festival race, to be honest. Nicky Henderson versus Willie Mullins versus Charles Burns. Clearly not my kind of party, but good luck to anyone playing it. And let me know in the comments if you've got the idea of the Cesarewitch winner. I don't do York, but a good friend of the channel, SD, has insisted that I tell you to back a Volatile Analyst at 25-1. Or more in the 3:15 at York on Saturday. Volatile Analyst won this race last year. He's just £1 higher in the handicap. He's had 3 visits to York and 2 wins, so he clearly likes the place, which is a key with York horses. In my opinion, it's SD's bet of the weekend. I've not got a clue, but he wanted me to tell you, so that's what I'm doing. Volatile Analyst, fancied by SD at 25-1. And if you've made it this far, I fancy one for Friday as well. Regular viewers will know that I backed Believing at Ayr a few weeks ago, and she runs again in the 225 at Newmarket on Friday. At 14-1 each way, 4 places, I see no reason at all why not to back Believing again. She would have won at York with another stride. We was on her that day. It was unfortunate that she was second. We got some each way money back, but she would have definitely won with another stride or 2. This race is in the same grade, and a step up to 7 furlongs from 6 should be fine. I think that 14-1 is way, way too big. All the bets will be in the description as always, and very best of luck, and we'll speak soon.